Have you ever wondered what makes a message just click? Build that instant trust? Well, today, we're going to break down the messaging from a senior care service to see exactly how they do it. It's really a masterclass in connecting on a deeply human level.
So, every great message, every single one, starts with what you could call a hook. It's a core, universal truth that pretty much everyone can agree on. Think of it as the foundation for everything that's about to come. Now, this line, right from their mission statement, it's not about selling you something. It's about establishing a shared value. It immediately says, hey, we see the world the same way you do. By starting with a belief system instead of a business pitch, they create an instant connection that's built on pure respect.
Okay, so once that foundation of shared values is locked in, the next step in a really strong story is to define the problem. This is so crucial because it validates what the audience is already worried about. It shows them you really get their world. So the message starts by touching on these universal challenges. And these are the deep, heartfelt concerns, right? The pain of loneliness, the fear of losing independence, just needing daily support, and of course, the worry about being safe in your own home.
And this is where the whole narrative takes a really clever turn. By bringing in a new, less obvious problem, the message creates this moment of intrigue. It makes you think, maybe the old solutions aren't enough for the world we live in today.
This question is just brilliant. It completely frames the unique angle of their entire service. It pivots from all those traditional problems of aging to a very specific, very modern one that a lot of families are just now starting to grapple with. It makes you lean in and think, I hadn't really considered that, but yeah, it's true.
So you've established the core belief. You've defined this unique problem. Now it's time to introduce the solution. But notice, it's not just a list of services. It's framed as a complete philosophy of care.
This definition of whole-person care is so important. It expands the idea of what senior care even means by specifically including these modern challenges like digital safety. It's a direct answer to the question they just asked and shows a really forward-thinking, complete approach.
And boom, this is their unique value proposition in a nutshell. That word "only" is so powerful. In just one sentence, they carve out their own specific space in the market, making it crystal clear how they're different from anyone else out there.
These 4 pillars, they break that big philosophy down into real, tangible actions. It shows that whole-person care isn't just a catchy slogan, it's a structured system that covers everything from emotional connection to really practical, modern-day protection.
And they go even a level deeper on that digital empowerment pillar. The service is broken into 3 different tiers. This tells you it's not some one-size-fits-all thing. It signals that this is a well-thought-out program designed to meet seniors wherever they happen to be on their tech journey.
A direct comparison like this is just incredibly effective, isn't it? On one side, you've got standard care, what everybody expects. On the other side, you see the plus, all the technology and security layers that directly solve that modern problem we talked about. It makes their unique value totally clear.
And to back all of this up, they show you their credentials. This isn't just some nice idea, it's an idea being run by people with really deep experience. You see that combination of 30-plus years in the community with 8 years in high-level security. And that just builds this powerful foundation of trust and expertise.
Okay, so we've heard the promise, we understand the problem, and we've seen the solution. But let's be honest, the most critical part of any message is the proof. How does this philosophy actually change a real person's life?
And here it is. This is the emotional heart of the message. After all the logic and all the features, a testimonial from a real person, Sarah, brings it all home. She says they're kind, attentive, and truly treat her with respect and warmth. Words like that, they resonate so much more than any feature list ever could. This is the real payoff.
And finally, any great message has to wrap up with a call to action that's simple, that's clear, and this is key, that removes any feeling of risk or pressure for the person who's thinking about reaching out. Just listen to that language. If you're a family member who's probably stressed out and worried, hearing the words "no pressure" and "no obligation," that is so incredibly reassuring. It changes what could feel like a scary sales call into just a helpful conversation. It just lowers the barrier to taking that first step.
And to top it off, they make the path forward completely frictionless. All the contact info is just laid out, plain and simple. There are no hoops to jump through. It's as easy as possible for someone to get the help they need.
And that final question just leaves you with something to think about. It perfectly wraps up the core theme of the entire message, the importance of modern adaptive care. It positions the service not just as a provider, but as a real partner in navigating the future. Just a beautifully crafted message, from start to finish.